So much for joining this channel. So we have already started, right? That Microsoft Cloud Foundry building AI agents. So we have done couple of days. Now we are in, I think, day 11 or day 10 or day 11. Okay, don't go with the episode. That is for internal. So today we will discuss on the fine tuning of models. So we did so far what? What is Azure Cloud Foundry? How we can build AI agents, how we can create a Foundry project, how we can select the model, how we can do the evaluation, use the knowledge for rack-based system. Also, we have discussed about the observability. We discuss about what else? We discussed yeah, right, that creating AI agent with the C# code. Okay, that also we did. So many things has been done, and I think the last one is we have done with the how to do the the scheduling of the AI agents. Before that, how to create a workflow, multi-agent, how multi-agent collaborate each other, delegate tasks, and in a workflow system how they behave. So many things we have discussed. Today we are discussing about the fine tuning models, right? We already done that evaluation part, how we can, the evaluate the model of the agent, what is the accuracy level. But there is another part also about the fine tuning. Just like, in the SQL queries, we do fine tuning, right? It should perform well, less joining, unnecessary column retrieval, okay, doing the indexing. That is also a fine tuning. Tuning means making it better. So one of the biggest misconception in the AI today is bad response means fine. So bad response doesn't mean it may happen that your prompt is wrong, your AI is not functioning well. That doesn't mean that the model is bad. So most enterprise AI's problem solve better prompt. If you don't do the better prompt, that will be like a SQL injection. It will call prompt injection. So you have to be careful what prompt you are writing, and better instruction, better rack. So everything you can be doing better, right? Better design, better evaluation, better put guardrails. But before fine tuning is ever needed. So these are the ways you can actually improve your agentic system rather than fine tuning any model. But why should we actually fine tune? That also a big question. And when we should avoid it. So in this episode, we will discuss about fine-tuning fundamentals, RAG versus fine-tuning. See, RAG doesn't mean fine-tuning, right? RAG is only that you are actually taking help of, that specific data in terms of PDF or the, private data. But to supervised learning, training data, set validation, training jobs, model evaluation already done, but these are the things again we will discuss. So why fine-tuning exists? Base model are trained on public knowledge. Right, GPT models, 5 model, LLM model, we have seen that. That is it, they are trained, they have a trained data set. But sometimes we enterprise need custom writing style. As you see in the chat GPT, we write your custom GPTs, right? Industry terminology, company standard. This is where fine tuning required. See, in engineering, the first year is a general. You learn everything. But the moment you enter into the second year, then the specialization starts. What does it mean? Whatever you have learned in the first year as a general, on top of that, the specialization, and someone will be in the mechanical, someone will go to the IT, someone will go to the instrumentation. So that is called fine tuning of that particular resource. Similarly, we need a specialized version, right? Either I want to write a ebook, so I want that the model should behave for the this ebooks only, or image, or speech to text, text to speech, only Azure language, only vision, right? There is specific purpose. So for that purpose, we need to do a fine tuning. It's not about correction. It is about so that it should work like a for the specific purpose. That is for fine tuning. So fine tuning modifies model behavior. It does not replace the knowledge. Knowledge will be there, but model behavior. If it is a chat GPT for 5 GPT model, that will give you the answer. But if you mention about that it is a for image perspective, it will only generate image, or it will only detect image or collect the information. The biggest mistake is suppose you are an HR assistant, agent, and you are asking, can I carry forward the leave? Wrong question, fine tuning model. Correct solution is react because leave policy changes frequently. It is about the company policy, right? It is not nothing about the fine tuning. If your RAG is designed properly, you will get the information that we discussed in the day 3, day 4. So RAG for document policies, that static data that you have so that it should not cross the boundary and go for a general discussion. Leave policy, India has a different leave policy, but every company has its own policy, right? So that it should not cross the boundary of those documents. Fine tuning means per response style. You want in a JSON format, you want in a paragraph format, you want in a PDF format, domain language. It may be for automotive, it may be for insurance, it may be for anything. Formatting. Formatting means it will come in a document format, PDF format, industry terminology. If it is a healthcare, there will be a HIPAA or PHI. So the terminology should be understood. Classification task. Healthcare, there are different departments, right? Discharge department, patient registration, okay, patient care. So classification of tasks. So example, as I mentioned, insurance, medical, right, legal. So fine tuning means you are making a specialized agent will be there, but the model will only use for that specific purpose. So you are fine tuning that. So need a current information, yes, rack, that is decision tree, but need a specialized behavior fine tuning. Yeah, we can create our own specialized agent, but agent should talk to the LLM only, right? If LLM is the generic purpose, how agent will help? Agent is actually nothing but a on behalf of the user, but the data will come from the LLM only, with along with the tool. So say for example, current architecture we have done so far, right? A employee HR agent, Foundry, okay, knowledge base. This is not a fine tune, it is a rack based system that we already done day 3, day 4. But I want formal HR tone. Just like when we mentioned, right, I want this email to be in a informal or formal, right, company language. Then need to be fine-tuned or trained that. So workflow is you have should have a training data set, validation data set, training job, fine-tuning model. So only by training only you can define it. That's like a soldier, right? Initially they join. But the moment they do practice and fine tune, okay, he will go for artillery, he will go for combat, he will go for the air force. So there will be fine tuning, right? The basic training will be same for everyone. So training data set teaches user how do I apply leave assistant, employee can apply leave using HR portal. This is the training way. How many leaves do I have? Days do I receive? Employee receive 24 annual leave. Company policy. Format JSON format. Quality rule accurate, consistent, diverse, representative. Contradictory, low quality and need to be taken care of. So preparing training data, HR JSON, user assistant. How we can train? Open fine tuning, model fine tuning, create training job, GPT-1. Okay, you have to upload data set, start training. Then you can do evaluate and base model versus fine tune model. Just like when you do a migration, you check what is earlier there and what is in the new system. You can compare. Deploy model, fine tune model endpoint. Insurance company also time tune structure. This already you have done evaluation. That also you can use groundness, relevance, coherence, consistency. So all comes together. Storage. Fine tune for documents. No, fine tune for a specific purpose, behavior, format. Okay. Low quality data set. Garbage in, garbage out. Hmm. Skipping evaluation always bad. You need to always do the evaluation. Finding it is too early, right? I already mentioned in the top. We have to go for a prompt and other things. RAG. Then only you go for the fine tuning. So enterprise best practice start with RAG, measure baseline, identify gaps, and then you go for fine tuning. Fine tuning is not the first step. So in the .NET arena, you can create a user ASP.NET code, AI Foundry. AI Foundry talk to the AI model. So before that, you can do the fine tune of the not AI agent, fine tune of the model through the training data set. And then you continue the observability monitoring and then the evaluation. So fine tuning, we have discussed the difference between React, fine tuning and prompt engineering. Find prompt engineering fast, cheap, flexible. That is consistent, specialized. Always remember prompt engineering come first, then React, then the agent design evaluation. Last is fine tuning. Don't consider fine tuning as the first step. So what is the key learning? Fine tuning should not be in your first solution. Use React for knowledge and use fine tuning for behavior. So now let me go to the another part, supplementary. So understanding fine tuning in the AI, what we discuss, right? What is fine tuning? What is the purpose? Why it is different from RAG? Why it is different from prompt engineering? When we should take the fine tuning? What are the mistakes we can do? What is the purpose of the fine tuning? Now we will check it from the Azure Cloud Foundry perspective. So in the previous we have done, and when you create a fine tuning job, Microsoft AI Foundry provides three options: supervised fine tuning, direct reference, reinforced fine tuning. So this is the business problem. Then choose the fine tuning. So if you go, see, you can get a fine tune. So when you click on the fine tune, let it open. Supervised direct preference, reinforcement, fine tuning, foundation model. So what is supervised fine tuning? Fine tuning teaches the model by providing example of the correct response. Correct answer. What do you is a practice of the correct response. Teacher showing solving example. Correct answer question, correct answer question, correct answer. How many leaves assistant? Data set format in JSON format. Simple to understand, easy to HR, customer, chatbot. Method 2 is direct preference. Sometimes there are multiple valid answers, right? The goal is not just to answer correctly, but to answer in the way the human prefer. So can I apply leave? Response A, response B, yes. Eligible employees are entitled. So human behavior evaluator chooses response B because it gives more information. So direct preference optimization, preferred response. It will pick up the preferred response. How many sick leave I preferred response. Enterprise AI. So generally we can use DPO is a good one, but preferred response. And third one is reinforcement, means you are helping to learn by example instead of learning from the model, learn from rewards. Each response receives a score. Good response receives a high reward. So reinforcement means model response, reward function, score, update model. So suppose maximize customer satisfaction, reward signal, customer rating, resolution, these things. HR, resolve employee leave request with high satisfaction score, correctness, best uses. So what is the comparison? Training data, question plus answer, supervised. Preferred answer was a reject answer and reward signal. Difficult enterprise adoption, very easy. Difficulty easy. DPO medium, it is advanced. Enterprise adoption very high because it is correct answer is giving, right? High, medium. So mostly these two are very used. Response quality very high. Best for knowledge, rack system, DPO, covers action. So use supervised fine tuning when you have fact, policies, manual, right? Historical keywords. Use DPO when better conversion quality, more helpful answer, improved response time. Use reinforcement fine tuning, make decisions, optimize actions. So this is the matrix. Just remember it or you can take a screenshot. HR assistant, banking, insurance, supervised. Customer, AI writing, DPOs. Autonomous procurement agent, supply chain, multi-agent reinforcement. So enterprise knowledge, training data set, foundry, select fine tuning, supervise. So this is the way we will go. Enterprise knowledge, training data set, AI foundry, select fine tuning method that we discussed so far, then training job, model evaluation, deploy endpoint. So start with supervisor fine tuning for most of the case. That is the easier one. Is high quality domain specific. Choosing reinforcement fine tuning for sample, no. Use supervise. Use DPO without collecting reliable human reference data. To supervise fine tuning teaches through the example, direct through the human preference, enforcement through rewards. Most enterprise AI systems begin with supervised fine tuning, then adopt DPO or the reinforcement slowly. So choosing the right tuning model is one of the most important. For HR assistant, customer support chatbot knowledge, supervised fine tuning is typically the best starting point. DPO enhances the response by quality, learning from the human preference and reinforcement. So this is the part from Azure Cloud Foundry. So you can see you can do a start founding, fine tuning. So as I discussed, you can go by default supervised, direct, preference, reinforcement. Then you give your next, upload your training data set, and then you will validation. So these the three options you can use in the fine tuning. So you can understand that cost per AM token, combined score, improve accuracy, GPT-5. You'll see that information once you do this. So hope you understand how to do the fine tuning and what point you should do the fine tuning. What is the difference between fine tuning and the RAG or the prompt engineering, and also how we can do the fine tuning from the Azure Cloud Foundry. These are the options. You can do a more study. Okay, but this is overall understanding of the fine tune model. Hope it will be helpful, and we will again meet for the fine tuning of the AI services separately. What we have done so far, that is generative AI. Thank you. So let's see in a diagrammatic way that how this fine tuning actually works. So you can see that data preparation, data upload. See, when you do a training data sales, you need a data, right? Model selection that we have shown in the Microsoft AI component. Tuning, then evaluation, then deployment. Evaluation is a part of that. We have done in the evaluation, right? That you can do evaluation of the model also and the agent also. So what you will do for the storage, blob storage, you can upload those files. That is the number one, data preparation. Then you can use Azure AI search. Okay, upload data set to the AI Cloud Foundry. That also you have done to the rack system. Then the model selection, which model you want to use. Then you do the training configuration hypermeter, right? Start training jobs. Then you do the evaluation of the compare result, and then the deployment. So fine tuning work, define objective, prepare data, upload and validate, configure training, train model, deploy, monitor. Enterprise use cases, we have already discussed customer, healthcare, finance. Okay, and you can use that. Benefit of the fine tuning is better accuracy on the domain specific task, high relevance and the fewer hallucination, matches your business language, improved user satisfaction, and competitive differentiation and lower long-term interference. So metrics, these are the KPIs for evaluation, accuracy, F1 score, perplexity, okay, cost per token. So end-to-end and this follow is business. There is a business need, right? I need it for the specific healthcare. So you have to do this, prepare, fine tune of the model so that it understand the, the medical terminology, medical responses, medical behavior. So data collection, data preparation, upload data, select model, configure training, train model, evaluate model, deploy model, and use in the application. But this fine tuning only comes, as I discussed in the earlier, first you try with all the basic prompting and everything that we discussed, right? This is the last step. You always try all these things, then only the fine tuning will come. So don't take it as a first step. Huh? So hope this will be helpful. Thank you so much.